the outermost solid shell of a rocky planet composed of great variety of rock types. 1% of planetary mass comprises the ocean floor and continents. Earth's crust is the thinnest and the most rudimentary layer that makes up the Earth. The crust is referred to as chemical types that has chemical varying compositions, naming oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Two types of crust. Oceanic crust. It holds the water and have heavy dark colored rocks can be found in here. Oceanic crust is about 6 km or 4 miles thick. It is composed of several layers, not including the overlying sediment. The topmost layer, about 500 meters or 1,650 feet, including lavas made of basalt. Oceanic crust differs the continental crust in several ways. It is thinner, denser, younger, and of different chemical compositions. Like continental crust, however, oceanic crust is destroyed in subduction zones. The second layer is the continental crust. It holds the land and have heavy light-colored rocks can be found in here. Continental crust is the layer of granitic, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks.
What is Mahara basic discontinuity? Mahara basic discontinuity is the boundary between crust and mantle. In geology, the word discontinuity can be referred as the surface at which seismic wave changes its velocity. In this discontinuity, the seismic wave accelerate. And the boundary between crust and mantle can be also called as moho.
Mantle. Mantle is mostly solid bulk of Earth interior. Mantle lies within the Earth dense, super hot core, and thin outer layer, the crust. Mantle is approximately 2,885 kilometers. The common elements that can be found in mantle are the silicate rocks, the iron, and the magnesium. Two distinct sections of mantle. The first one is the upper mantle. Upper mantle is a very thick layer of rocks inside the planet. It begins with beneath the crust at about 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles under the ocean and about 35 kilometers or 22 miles under the continents and ends at the top of the lower mantle at 670 kilometers or 420 miles. And the next one is lower mantle. Lower mantle is the liquid inner layer of the Earth from 400 to 1,800 miles below the surface.
Gutenberg discontinuity. It is a boundary between core and mantle, and it is covered by Lino Gutenberg in 1913. Gutenberg discontinuity has a depth of 2,240 kilometers.
Core is made up of two layers, the outer core which borders the mantle and the inner core. The boundary separating these regions is called Boolean discontinuity. The outer core is about 2,200 kilometers or 1,367 miles thick and mostly composed of liquid, iron, and nickel. Inner core is a key component of the planet, helping to give rise to the magnetic field that protect us from harmful space radiation. But its remoteness from the planet's surface means that there is much we don't know about what goes on.
Hey guys, as you can see, I have an egg. This egg represents the three layers of the Earth, namely the crust, mantle, and the core. The first one is the shell. It represents the Earth's crust. The crust, it is the outermost layer of the Earth and it has a 1% of Earth's planetary mass. The second is the white egg. It represents the Earth's mantle. Mantle, it is the largest part of Earth's interior and it has 2/3 of Earth mass and radius. Lastly, the egg yolk, it represents the core. Core, it has a 1/3 of Earth mass and radius and hot as a sun.